Hello, welcome to Urban Food Production. Welcome Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
In Dar es Salaam, eggs production is considered as part of urban agriculture. It is conducted in a small scale. However, the eggs produced saves 70% in eggs supplied in the whole Dar es Salaam. The eggs producers meet various challenges such as price fluctuation, and this is due to the lack of warehouses, as does not ensure the reliable market of eggs produced. Also, little government engagement at the much effort are put in kettle. Also, COVID-19 lead to the chicks price to rise. According to the lead egg in Tabata, the permit to conduct eggs production is not taking a long process. The permits are just available at the local level. Solid waste produced are just burnt. The chicks' feces are used as manure in cultivation of banana and the vegetable. The noise produced by the chicks are absorbed by the trees which are surround the eggs production area, as it is seen in the video. The eggs are packed in trays and be ready to be supplied. They are kept at a room temperature and then be ready for their supplying. The eggs are transported through human delivery, that means on foot, by bicycle, motorcycle, tricycles, and cars. At this phase, the suppliers meet the challenge of poor road condition. The final consumers get eggs at corner shops, restaurants, in chips making, to the wholesales, who supplies to other retail sale, they are packed in boxes, and other are in the supermarkets.
Spitalfield City Farm has been here since 1978. We were squatted on as allotments, so it used to be a railway goods sort of yard. And eventually with allotments, people brought in some chickens, and then they were like, oh, there's a pig, and suddenly there's a donkey, and suddenly you have a farm. We have, I think at the last count, about 60 animals ranging from like guinea pigs and chickens up to our donkeys. And we have community groups come and use us. We have kids who have never seen chickens before come in. We had a school group on Friday, and half their class is reception kids. They're like 4 or 5 year olds, half are recent refugees, so they've never seen anything other than like a pigeon in London, and they come here and they get to see like everything we have. We have a big community garden, so you can do gardening for health and mental health and well-being. So it's not like an allotment system where people have their own patches. So each bed is by a certain group. So it could be a school group, could be a group for refugees, and they come in and they garden with people that speak their own language. So it's more of a community thing rather than an individual thing. So we grow lots of vegetables that you wouldn't find in the UK natively, just because it's what the local community are after. So a lot of Bangladeshi vegetables that you can get imported, but it's not as good as obviously having it fresh. So we try and cater for what the local community are obviously after. But we like to do community cook-ups at the end of growing seasons, and we can sell excess produce in our shop as well once the growers have had their first dibs on there, which is quite nice. So each city farm is just so different. So we are lucky that we have enough space for gardens and animals. We've recently, this bit of concrete out here that's fenced off, we've recently been given that by the council to turn into a community garden. So we're currently, there's some info by the entrance, I think, working on like what the proposal is going to be, what the community want out of it, not just what we want from it, because obviously it's going to be a community site.
Sited on a former railway goods depot, the Spitalfield City Farm was started in 1978 in response to local people's desire to convert wasteland into allotments and to carry on a long tradition of backyard farming in the East End. Today, the farm is located in one of the most deprived and densely populated wards of Tower Hamlets, London, and provides the local community with an opportunity to engage with nature, learn about gardening, or participate in animal therapy. Unlike urban food provision systems in Dar es Salaam, city farms in London are primarily used for community building and outdoor education, rather than as a primary food source, though the Spitalfields farm does sell seasonal produce, eggs, and jams on site. City farms in London also operate primarily on a volunteer basis and are funded by donations, and therefore do not provide many employment opportunities. Compared to small-scale egg provision in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where there is little government engagement, Spitalfields City Farm and the expansion of the community garden are supported by the Mayor of Tower Hamlets, the Mayor of London, and the Mayor's Fund for London. Although egg provision and urban community gardens differ greatly in their overall share of food provision in Dar es Salaam and London, each play an important role with diverse benefits for the communities involved in their establishment and continued success.